This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, the great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect. Shalom. I'm the brother Dama Agabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and I started this lesson with Proverbs 22nd chapter, seeing that a prudent man, which is mainly the elect, those of us who have a full understanding of the 100% truth, and ultimately, who have a full understanding of what, Esau, Edom, the wicked Edom is getting ready to do in these last days, and the system that he's getting ready, that he's setting up to, to lure all of you people into as a trap for your souls via this technocracy he's getting ready to establish. And while we're constantly telling you that all roads lead to the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, all right, and it's going to come in the form of this new digital system that this man is creating with the illusions and the deception of convenience and protection and peace and safety and all of these different lies and smooth words that he is, smooth words and gradualism that he's luring you people down this path of straight totalitarianism, man, a straight digital slavery system, where you won't be able to buy or sell, and everything that you do will be tracked, traced, monitored, and basically under the control of the powers that be. Salakia.
What was it? Oh.
If somebody calls, just hang it up. It's not my name. All right, Salakia. And Salakia for that noise in the background, man. I stay upstairs and it's hot as hell out here in Cali, man. So, hey, that's the fan you hear in the background, So, hey, if you can bear with it, man, just, hey, it is what it is, all right? So, like I said, and this devil is getting ready to, he's luring everybody into this trap of this new digital slave system that he's presenting as peace and safety and as convenience and as a way to, ultimately to save the earth, promise you eternal life, promise you, it's coming with miracles and the ability to heal and to extend your life, increase your IQ levels, and, it could, ultimately a form of peace and safety and salvation. But we know at the end of the day, it's all illusions and lies and snares and traps for the souls of all of you people out there, man. And I found this article on Zero Hedge. It says the wearable traps, how the government plans to monitor, score, and control you. You see, and this is all leading to the MOTB. This is what it's all going to lead to eventually. And everybody is being set up and duped and being led to this trap. But like I said, they're going to present it as safety and peace and convenience and, a way to save the planet, a way to, make everything fair and improve everybody's life. It's the wave of the future, but, and they're telling you that, and basically they're telling you, look, if you refuse to basically merge with this new system that they're creating, if you refuse to merge man with machine and have these wearables and these trackables and acquiesce to this new system, basically you're going to be left out of society. And that's where a lot of people are going to eventually make the wrong decisions and, bow down and worship this image in this system, and eventually be duped and deceived into taking that micro C-hip, which is the mark of the beast, man. It's all a trap. It's all a scam. It's all a gradual step to deceiving you people, into this new world order. But like I said, the prudent, we foresee the evil. We know where this thing is going. Starting here with the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone and the other brothers that teach likewise. Hey, we see it full. We see it 20 miles away. We see exactly where this devil is taking society. But you got a lot of people who are not prudent, who are not wise, who are not really paying attention. Hey, they're not going to foresee the evil. And like I said, a lot of them, in a way to try to save their lives, when all hell breaks loose, when the society collapses, when the dollar falls, when there's mad famine and martial law, and Second Ezra the 15th chapter, 16th chapter is taking place. People have no hope. When they're the future that they invested in here in America comes crumbling down, when these devils come with this new solution in this system as a way to bring peace and to bring stability and to give you the illusion of some formal, of some, normalcy of the life you had before all hell broke loose. A lot of people are gonna try to save their life, man, but ultimately they're gonna be, they're gonna fall for the trap. And this article is going to tell you the trap that you're ultimately going to be lured into and locked in. So let's go. It says bodily autonomy, the right to privacy and integrity over our own bodies, is rapidly vanishing. It says the debate now extends beyond forced vaccinations or invasive searches to include biometric surveillance, wearable tracking, and predictive health profiling. What we are entering a new age of algorithmic authoritarian control, where our thoughts, moods, and biology are monitored and judged by the state, right? And this is going to be monitored and tracked and traced 24 hours a day, every minute, every second, every hour of the day by artificial intelligence, by AI. By his angels on the left-hand side, man. And it's going to be a complete dystopian hell for you people that's going to be that don't see the evil of what this man is trying to accomplish. You see? Because like I said, it's going to sound good. He's going to present it as peace. He's going to present it as safety and the wave of the future. He's going to have all these bells and whistles and promises and, promising you this, promising you that, universal basic income. You ain't got to work. We'll put you in these 15-minute cities. Everything is going to be beautiful. The air is going to be clean. The water is going to be fresh. But at the same time, they're telling you you're going to own nothing and be happy. You're going to have to eat bugs. Hey, you're going to be crammed into these 15-minute cities. It's just going to be a complete hell, man. But they're going to present it as peace and safety. And when all hell breaks loose and when they bring the chaos to bring the order, hey, what they're going to be offering to the average simpleton is going to sound like heaven on earth, man. Because once things get so bad out here and you see the invading one another, people's, might standing, people, when it comes to a dog eat dog world, where it's the survival of the fittest, where people are just out here living lawlessness, without law and order and cannibalism and mass rapes and murder and dead bodies all over the place and famine and war is, around every corner and in everybody's face, and it's a reality. Hey, when they present this new system, it's gonna sound like heaven on earth, man. And a lot of people are gonna willingly, accept it. It's gonna come in the form of that MOTB, and we know the judgment of the followers and the worshipers of of this beast system, man. You're gonna be burnt with nuclear fire before the holy angels and Yahushua. But like I said, they're going to let it get so bad out here that when they present this as the new option, as the solution, people, they ain't going to be thinking about anything else but at the moment and what these devils are going to be offering, man. And I remember you had that a month or so ago when the brothers out there in Dallas was out on the street speaking. They asked that one Edomite, well, when they bring the MOTB, eventually, would you end up taking it? And he said, basically, yeah. It's the signs of the times. If that's what's going to allow me to live my life and continue to do what I need to do, then absolutely I'll take it. And that's the sentiment of the majority of these people out here, man. Especially when things get bad enough out here, they're going to willingly accept it. All right. It says we are entering a new age of algorithmic authoritarian control, where our thoughts, moods, and biology are monitored and judged by the state. This is the dark promise behind the newest campaign by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President Trump's Secretary of Health and Human Services, to push for a future in which all Americans wear biometric health tracking devices. You see, but what they're presenting it as the way to make everybody healthy again. They're not telling you the real nefarious and the true plans behind all of this. And this is how the devil operates. This is why you got to know your enemy. You got to know how he speaks. You got to really pay attention to what he's saying and know that everything that he presents to you is a damn lie. It's inverted. It's never what it seems. It's never what he's telling you it is. Scripture tell you his words are softer than oil, but war is in his heart, man. And this is the system that is waging war on the freedom, the autonomy, your thoughts, your moods, and your biology. It's a war being waged on those things by this damn devil, to have complete and total control over it, to be God over you via this technocracy. It has nothing to do with making everybody making America's healthy again, or fixing the planet and solving all of the issues and the problems that this damn devil created. It has nothing to do with any of that, but that's how he's going to present it. And that's why hey, this man is not to be trusted. It says, under the guise of public health and personal empowerment, this initiative is nothing less than the normalization of 24/7 bodily surveillance, right? A slavery, a digital slavery, total control by these elites on every level and aspect of your life, where you'll have no freedoms, no rights, no anything but to obey and do as you're told. It says, ushering in a world where every step, heartbeat, and biological fluctuation is monitored not only by private companies, but also by the government. This emerging surveillance industrial complex, health data becomes currency. Tech firms profit from hardware and app subscriptions, insurers profit from risk scoring, and government agencies profit from increased compliance and behavioral insight. This convergence of health, technology, and surveillance is not a new strategy. It's just the next step in a long, familiar pattern of control. And this is the technology that tyrants of old which they had. But now we're in the time to where scriptures say that wisdom shall increase. Now these devils have the technology to where they could finally, implement this modern day technological Tower of Babel, man. Where they can unite all the world together under this one central form of control and compliance by the people, And this is what these devils are getting ready to bring down. This is the that movie Leave the World Behind. Well, this is the world that's going to come from it. It says every new wave of surveillance technology, and that's why this technology is such an evil and venomous and poisonous thing. Of course, it may seem like, some technology does good, but ultimately this technology is being used as a way to, to destroy you people, to dehumanize you, to make you less, dependent upon the earth and nature and what the Most High created, but to be dependent upon technology, man. What Esau got going on at the end of the day. This is why, like, if you leave your phone at home, you're all bugged out. You feel like you can't function. You don't have, it's your whole identity, if you leave your phone at home, because now everybody's lives is pretty much attached to their phone, and everything that you need is literally in there, whether it's your ID, your identity, your bank account, your bank card. Eventually it'll be your driver's license. Everything about, your person and who you are is pretty much being rendered to a small computer, and that fits in the back pocket. But eventually they're going to take it a step further to where all of this technology, all your phones, everything that you rely upon through that little handheld device, they're going to literally put it inside of you, man. You see, this is all part of their transhumanist and plots and schemes to, lure you people into this technological tower. It says every new wave of surveillance technology, GPS trackers, red light cameras, facial recognition, Ring doorbells, Alexa smart speakers has been sold to us as a tool of convenience, safety, or connection. But in time, each become a mechanism for tracking, monitoring, or controlling the public. You see, so you wasn't, these cell phones weren't just used to, to make your life better. It was all a gradual step of them, manipulating you people to get so dependent and so connected to this technology that you really feel that without it, you don't exist. You can't connect. You can't, live pretty much, man. It's a very crafty, very crafty and, slick move by this damn devil. But the point is the time is going to come to where, hey, we're going to have to disconnect from all of this shit pretty soon. Now it might be a time to where, we might be using, CBDCs. We might be using digital driver's license, use CBDCs for a while. But once it gets to the point to where they're telling you, look, all this technology and all this shit has to go inside of you, It's going to have to, only way you're going to be able to operate and have access to these things and be connected and, all of this technology is by allowing us to merge you with technology and put that micro C hip or a Neuralink inside of you. Hey, that's when all bets are off, and we're going to have to completely detach and put our faith totally in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And this is something that 2/3 of our people are not willing or prepared to do, because they're totally dependent, they're totally on board, and their hopes and their dreams and their future is totally, invested in this society. They're not putting their faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and in the kingdom and in the times that are ahead. So that's why 2/3 of our people are ripe for the picking. All right. It says, what began as involuntarily has become inescapable and mandatory. The moment we accept the premise that privacy must be traded for convenience, we laid the groundwork for a society in which nowhere is beyond the government's reach, not our homes, not our cars, not even our bodies. See, and this is why they're pushing these wearables, man. Because eventually this technology is going to be put inside of you people. And this man is not playing. This is not a game. This is not a joke. All right. This is what this devil is getting ready to do. And this is why they got Donald Trump in office, to bring to put this very system in place. All right. It says RFK Jr.'s wearable plan is just the latest iteration of this bait and switch, marked as freedom built as a cage. Man, that's just why. Let me get that, man. That's why we've been telling you, Jay, you can't trust this fucking devil at all. You see, Ecclesiastes 12:10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right. And that's how iron works. It's always iron is always going to rust. Now you can clean rust off of the iron. You can wipe it. You can get it to look shiny and polished as if it's changed or if it's just brand spanking new. But ultimately, that is going to always rust. And that's like the so-called white man's wickedness, man. He's always been nothing but wicked towards you, Jake. He's experimented on you. He's always a shed on you, man. But now, because he's coming, he can clean his image. He can take off the Klan mask. He can, take off he can take off the whip of the old slave masters and put on a suit and a tie and shave his back and, put a suit and tie on. But hey, and clean up his image. But just know that wickedness is always going to be there. And that hatred for you tribes is never going to cease. And he's always had the intentions of getting his birthright back and ultimately fulfilling the promise that their forefather Esau had, which is to kill Jacob, man. All right. So you can never forget that. It's verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, meaning his wickedness. Like I said, he'll come humbly. He'll tell you, this is for the betterment of America and convenience. We're going to make lives better. Everybody's life is going to be fair. Everybody's going to flourish. This is a new America. Yeah, fucking. You can believe that bullshit if you want to, man. But just know, the more that he talks humble, the more that he's coming peaceably and humbly, hey, the more you need to be aware, because ultimately that's him setting you up for the okadoke. That's him really trying to gain your confidence and your trust so that once he gain it, he can stab you in the back, man. And always been that way with this devil. But like I said, 2/3 of our people, hey, they're just never going to be mindful of that. And that's why, hey, this trap is going to, they're going to fall into this trap and trust this damn devil. This is why they went and voted for Trump, monkey ass. And now look how that's backfiring. I'm going to jump down and get to the point. This is verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And what is a pit? A trap, man. All right. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. And that's what this is. He's pretending to help you. He's pretending to, give you these wearables as a way to make America healthy again. But don't be duped. Don't be so naive and stupid, man. Remember, this man is a conniving manipulator and a cunning hunter, man. All right. Like I said, he'll present himself as an angel and as benevolent and as wanting to really help, but it's always the complete opposite with this devil, man. That's why you, Jake, got to wake up. It says, according to Kennedy's plan, which has been promoted as part of a national campaign to make America healthy again, wearable devices would track glucose levels, heart rate, activity, sleep, and more for every American. Like they're presented as if that's what those wearables are for, but really they want to track all these things to trap you, to have, to have the inside track and beat on every aspect of every single person, man. It's all part of his plan. He's not doing that because he wants to see you healthy and live long, healthy lives. No, he wants this to have more and more control and to try to play God with this technology so that he can understand and know every single aspect and biometric about you. It says participation may not be officially mandatory at the offset, but the implications are clear. Get on board or risk becoming a second-class citizen in a society driven by data compliance. And it's not even going to be a second-class citizen. Eventually, you won't be a citizen at all if you don't acquiesce and eventually get on board with what they're doing. Remember, Klaus Schwab said eventually, if man don't merge with technology and with this system that we're creating, they're going to be cut out from society. And this is where it's ultimately going. I'll get that. It says, what has begun as optional self-monitoring tools marketed by big tech is poised to become the newest tool in the surveillance arsenal of the police state. Devices like Fitbits, Apple Watches, glucose trackers, and smart rings collect astonishing amounts of intimate data, from stress and depression to heart irregularities and early signs of illness. When this data is shared across government databases, insurers, and health platforms, it becomes a potent tool not only for health analysis, but for control. Yeah, you here it is. You might have this shit, and then it's gonna kind of be like on that movie. What's that shit called? What was that shit called? Repo Man. They're going to be telling you, oh, hey, we've been monitoring and we know that, hey, your heart is getting ready to go out. But don't worry, they're going to give you a heart transplant, but they're going to, they're going to charge you up the ass. And if you don't make a payment, hey, they're going to come in and repossess that heart, keep you in constant debt, going to be basically just wearing you the hell out and making your life more and more hellish, man. You see, it says, once symbols of personal wellness, these wearables are becoming digital cattle tags, badges of compliance tracked in real time and regulated by an algorithm. And it won't stop there, because why? We know eventually it's going to come to the MOTB. It says, and it won't stop there. The body is fast becoming a battleground in the government's expanding war on the inner realms. The infrastructure is already in place to profile and detain individuals based on perceived psychological risks. Now imagine a future in which your wearable data triggers a mental health flag, elevated stress levels, erratic sleep, a skipped appointment, a sudden drop in heart rate variability. In the eyes of the surveillance state, these could be red flags, justification for intervention, inquiry, or worse. You see, and this is the power this devil is trying to amass, and this is the system that he's trying to be put in place. He's literally trying to become the Most High, man. But we know the ultimate wearable is going to be what? That MOTB, man. Let me get that. All right, and this is Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And we go into that word killed. The word is apoktino, but the root word to killed is apo, which means a separation from one thing or another. So eventually in the future, if you're not all in on this new digital system that he's implementing, you're not going to be able to function in society, man. All right. You're not going to be able to be identified. So what? All of the access to be able to buy and sell, to travel, to go to a doctor, to go to a hospital, to board a plane, to get in a house, to get an apartment, to get one of those little motorized scooter bikes, to rent a car. Every aspect of this society, you will be locked out of, man. You won't be able to, when you go to that grocery store and you got to scan your micro C-hip to get the turnstile to open to allow you access into grocery stores. Hey, you're not going to have access to that. And if you show up there trying to get in there without being, without having your badge of a follower of the Antichrist, hey, you're not going to be allowed access. And one of those damn killer security robots or the machine guns touted on top of the grocery store to shoo away non-followers of the beast system are going to be pointed at you, kind of like on that movie. I don't know if brother seen it, but if you remember on the movie The Fifth Element, remember when the little goon went to the airport and he was trying to pretend like he was Corbin Dallas, and the chick was like, oh no, I already have a Corbin Dallas on the plane, thank you. And like she, and she went down into the little to the elevator. It went down, and then the boarding pass thing closed, and he was beating on the thing. And then the fucking the machine guns came on and said, you are violating a something. Turn away, or in 5 seconds we'll open fire. It's going to be shit like that going on, man. You see? And this is where things is headed. See, and this is why a lot of Jake, man, they're them having total faith in this system, and them not putting their faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, it's going to get real. It's going to get real for us who truly believe, man. And we're going to have to make a very critical and vital decision pretty soon. And we can see the stage is being set. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that word mark is charagma. It's that MOTB, that microseeth, man. And this system showing you that what RFK is doing with all of these wearables, showing you that this is not is dealing with individuals. It's dealing with every single person that's going to be alive at that time. It's not talking about rich nations and poor nations. It's talking about each and every individual person, man. Is going to be tested with this, this hour of temptation. It says, any cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You see? It says that no one might not buy or sell. See, and these wearables are just the gradual steps until ultimately the MOTB, which is the microseeth, man. You see? And this is why, hey, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. You got to know these things. You got to be up on game. And you can't be naive and too proud and arrogant to believe what the men of Great Millstone are telling you the MOTB is, man. So let's read this again. It says, once symbols of personal wellness, these wearables are becoming digital cattle tags. All right. And the ultimate cattle tag is going to be that mark of the beast. Badges of compliance tracked in real time and regulated by watch this. Let me show you something. Look at this word mark. The scriptures mention the same thing. All right, watch this. It says the mark stamped on the foreheads or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. And what did it just say here? You see, it says badges compliance tracked in real time. Didn't it say a badge as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist, man? You see that? Can't make this stuff up, man. It's right here, clear in our face. And through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, he's making it very plain that this is the man. And these are the times that we're in. All right. What else is in here? Look at this. It says the government has already weaponized surveillance tools to silent dissent, flag political critics, and track behavior in real time. Now with wearables, they gain a new weapon, access to the human body as a site of suspension, deviance, and control. While government agencies pave the way for biometric control, it will be corporations, insurance companies, tech giants, employers who act as enforcers for the surveillance state. Yeah, because basically all these corporations have been brought out by BlackRock and by these elites already, man. And all of these corporations and businesses in the future, they're all going to be hand in hand with this MOTB system, man. You're not going to be able to work under the table or work at a factory or get a job or operate in any function of this society without this system being in place, man. And they're all going to be on board. If you don't have the proper prerequisites or the things required to use these different, systems, hey, you're not going to be allowed. You're going to be locked out of it, man. You see? And this is why everybody's going to have a choice to make, man. Who do you truly believe in? Where does your faith truly lie? Because Esau is going to present it as your only way to live and to eat and to have food and water and life. They're going to come through him and not through some God in the sky, not through the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what he wants you to believe. You see, but that's why those of us who are of the household of faith, man, hey, we're gonna put our faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and we know it's gonna get to the point to where, hey, we're gonna have to be like pilgrims out here, man. All right, we're gonna have to totally put our faith in the Most High. That He. Oh, let me get that real fast. Just thought of a precept. No thought. Yep. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. It says, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment?" See, and that's something that 2/3 of our people who are carnal and who don't have no faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, nor in the miracles of the Most High, this is where they're going to lose, because Jake is constantly see, these type of thoughts is what's going to cause them to make the decision to trust in Esau and what he has. Because why? Because Esau is going to be able to present, in front of them carnally, food and water and shelter and somewhat of and some form of peace, and comfort. But since they don't, since we don't literally see Yahweh Shai, this is where, the carnal and the faithless are going to lose. But those of us who are the household of faith, man, hey, we're going to put our faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, and we're going to receive miracles. We're going to have divine intervention on our side. We got stories of Elijah, story of our forefathers who was, fed through miracles and through their faith in the Most High. All right. It says, "Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, What shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof." You see? And this is where a lot of Jake are going to fail, and they're going to make the horrible mistake of not having that faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and really believing that, the Lord can't feed you in these times where Esau is saying that, that the Most High can't feed you, and Esau's telling you, you can't come in my stores, you can't have my water or my food, and you can't come into these different facilities because you don't worship and bow down to me. Hey, we know better than that, man. It says, what else? Yep, it says wearables don't just collect data. They sort it, interpret it, and feed it into systems that make high stakes decisions about your life, whether you get insurance coverage, whether your rates go up, or whether you qualify for employment or financial aid. Yeah, because basically they're going to be using AI to do all that shit, based off your social credit score. All right. And if your social credit score is shit, you've been talking a little bit too much. You've been putting posts that they don't like. You've been out there saying things that they don't agree with. Hey, your access to these things are going to be very, very limited, or you're not going to have access at all. You see? And this article goes deep into all of this, man. But basically, we see where these things are going, and we see what these devils are ultimately doing. It's just a more system of control that's going to come through this MOTB. You see? Let me see what else. This is a good article. It's pretty long. I ain't got time to read all of it. I just want to get into the main point of it, But this is where everything is going, And there's more in this article, but ultimately the point has been made. We see where this devil is taking everything, man, into this digital slave system, to where, hey, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to bow down and worship it if you want to function, if you want to live, if you want to have any parts of this man's society in the future. And there's some more in here. Maybe I'll do do another lesson, but read this last paragraph. It says the goal was no longer simply to monitor behavior, but to reshape it, to preempt dissent, deviance, or disease before it arises. This is the same logic that drives minority report style policing, pre-crime mental health interventions, and AI-based threat assessments. If this is the future of health freedom, then freedom has already been redefined as obedience to the algorithm. We must resist the surveillance of our inner and outer selves. We must reject the idea that safety requires total transparency or that health requires constant monitoring. We must reclaim that sanctity of the human body as a space of freedom, not as a data point. Because ultimately, the only way out of this is through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and it's going to be through Yahweh Shai that this whole system and what Esau is doing is going to be crushed and destroyed, man. That's the only option. The people are not going to rise up and band together and fight against the globalists and fight against these elites. No, that fight is for Yahweh Shai when he cracks those clouds to destroy these nations and their armies and gathering them to the valley of Jehoshaphat, where he's going to make his second return, and he's going to crush all of this bullshit. He's going to destroy Esau, Edom, put these elites in slavery, and destroy this age and this world as we know it. That's the only solution and answer to all of this bullshit. And those of us who are of the household of faith in the elect, we see it as clear as day. So, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Until the next one, Shalom.